everybody. Today is Monday, August 25th, 2025. Luther Wilson III here on another YouTube session. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, in today's video, I'm going to make the first announcement of the relaunch of my Real Estate Investor Concierge program. So for those that don't know, I'm an investor and a real estate broker here in the Kansas City market. And I had put together a program in January 2022, and I was able to help 5 investors. Some of them were couples or partnerships, but I was able to help them through the investment process. And so we're here in the Kansas City market as practitioners, as operators, as investors. And I want to bring that program back, okay? And so this particular video may be a bit more on the promotional side for my business, Upside Property Services. So if you're not interested in that, no big deal. You can go ahead and click off. But if you want to learn more, you can stay till the end, and I will get into some of the pricing as well. So what is the Real Estate Investor Concierge program? All right, so it's basically my version of asset management along with some consulting, okay? And how it works, it's for investors, it's for individuals, couples, partnerships, as I mentioned before, who are more serious about not just learning, but getting guidance and actually, giving yourself a better chance of executing and getting to the finish line, whether that's one deal or whether that's maybe 3 or 5 or 10 or more deals, okay? So I would be here on the ground, and you would get access, my investor concierge clients get access to my network of professionals, okay? So these are contractors, property managers, service providers, all in the real estate investment space who I have worked with or I have close ties with. My clients have access to that network through me, of course, okay? And so that's a huge thing, especially for the out-of-state investors who need more assistance on the ground, okay? Because that's something that I noticed years ago as a property manager working with out-of-state investors. That was part of the disconnect, is they really did not know quite what was happening here on the ground. They were in another country or perhaps in another state, and they were plugged in maybe with an agent, and maybe they had a property manager, and maybe they had 1 or 2 contractors that they were plugged in with, but they being gone, or even if they were here locally, that's a lot for them to handle. And so having a trusted advisor, having an associate who's working on their behalf to streamline the process, that's what it's all about. Okay, so what does the thing consist of? All right, so for those investors who have deeper pockets, they're planning to invest. Ideally, they want to do buy and hold, okay? If they so choose, or if we can work it out, I not only will consult with them as part of the Real Estate Investor Concierge program, but I will help them vet deals and help them find good product, okay? And you got to understand there's a lot that goes through the process of investing in real estate. And you can look back at the last 50, 60 plus videos that I've done talking about just that. Okay, so the program, okay, would consist of me consulting with you at least twice a month, okay? We're gonna have 2 scheduled one-on-one or group sessions per month, and I'm gonna, whatever questions or concerns you have about the process, I'm there to consult with you and talk through that process, okay? And then, like I mentioned before, I can help you vet deals, okay? Me and someone on my team or part of my network can walk properties for you, okay? We can do scopes of work, we can get bids and so forth, okay? But keep in mind, there's gonna be additional cost for certain services beyond me just consulting with you and educating you and coaching you through the real estate investing process. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely reach out, okay? And I can tell you how I've worked through the investment process with my partners and with clients who I've assisted through this concierge program before. And a key point for the concierge program, you are the owner of that investment property. You are responsible for it, okay? If you want me to do more than that, then that's a different process. We can definitely discuss how we do it for joint venture partnerships. In that case, it would be me running the operation and I get equity or ownership in the business or in the property, okay? And it's truly a lot more passive for you if you choose to go that route. However, once again, that's another topic. For today, I want to focus mostly on the real estate investor concierge program. And by the way, everybody who I've assisted or who paid the initial fee, it's an upfront fee, okay? Whoever I did that with in the past had some type of success, whether it was one deal, okay? And one of my top clients who I helped between 2022 and 2024, we did maybe 5 or 6 deals together, okay? So I got my notes here. I don't want to miss anything on this. All right, it's basically an advance for time and energy that will get spent working with my investor clients anyway, okay? So the thing about working with investors that a lot of practitioners or a lot of brokers don't realize, that there's ongoing calls, there's ongoing communication, and there's ongoing things that need to be handled. However, I realize it and I charge for it, okay? because I see the value in it, and my good clients have seen the value in it, and we've been able to execute like none other, okay? So for those who are curious, the program can be done in a 3-month increment. We can do a full 6-month, or we can do a full 12-month, okay? And I want to break it up and give people the opportunity, if you're not willing to do a lump sum payment, okay? If you are willing to do a lump sum payment, then I can offer a discount. But if you want to go the 3-month, the 6-month, or the 12-month, okay, we can break it up to where it's a monthly payment, all right? And I'll get into the pricing here in a little bit, all right? So let's see. And by the way, my focus here is on residential real estate, all right? So where we've seen the best success and where we focus is on single family home investments, as well as some smaller multifamily properties, okay? So if there's a need that you have that is outside of my realm, I will let you know that, okay? Because I don't necessarily want to lead you on, okay? I want the expectations to be clear, and I want the process to be understood, okay? So I'm not gonna lie to you to get the business. I don't necessarily need the business, okay? I want the business. I would like to help more investors out. However, once again, if it's a commercial project or some other type of process or property that's out of my realm, okay, I'm gonna let you know that, okay? That's a key point, all right? And let's see. Okay, so I mentioned that the concierge clients get access to my network resources through me, okay, and that other fees may apply for pictures, videos, scopes of work, and renovation or construction management, okay? So besides the concierge consulting fee, you gotta be prepared to invest capital, okay? So if you don't necessarily have enough capital to be able to invest and you want to just learn from me and my network, we might be able to set something up, okay, besides what I've mentioned before here. And it might just be something where it's education and maybe a little consulting and coaching if you aren't at that stage yet. But this is ideal for local investors or out-of-state investors who have deeper pockets, perhaps a higher net worth, access to more capital, so that we know we can get through the process more efficiently, and we're looking to do multiple projects, okay? So it can also be great for investors who are in transition. You may already have multiple properties here in the Kansas City market, and you're looking to switch gears, perhaps find a new group of contractors, or perhaps you're looking to find a new property manager, and you might have vacancies and things going on with your portfolio currently, and you're looking to transition and to smooth things out. Okay, you can plug in with me and my team, and we can help you through that process as well. Okay, so again, this is not just for anybody. This is for serious individuals or couples or partnerships who are looking to either grow and execute more rapidly, or they are looking to do portfolio transitions or portfolio growth. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that makes sense. And by the way, I did mention that I would talk about pricing on it. When I put this together in January 2022, it was $5,000 for a full year, okay? And I helped 5 investors through that process, okay? And they all executed on at least one property or one deal, okay? What it is today, if you want a full year, it's $50,000, okay? If you want to go 6 months, all right, it's $27,500, okay? And if you want to go 3 months, it's $15,000, okay? So again, as I mentioned before, if you want to do a lump sum payment, you can absolutely, negotiate with me and we can work it out. However, we can also do monthly payments for the 3 months, for the 6 months, or for the full 12 months if you so choose, okay? So again, it's Luther Wilson III here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you tuning in. If you're interested in the concierge services, or if you need some type of assistance with properties here in the Kansas City market, feel free to reach out. It's Upside Property Services, private investment services, all right? And thanks again for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace.